Hey, okay. That was so annoying. But anyway, I am going to do a tutorial, and it's been so freaking long since I did uh, a makeup tutorial, and I hope that you enjoy it. And this is the look. Really like a golden smoky look, and it turned out beautiful. And yeah, check it out. Start out this look, I am going to prime my eyes, and I am using the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. Oh, I thought it would have like a certain name because it's a different color, but so you're going to want to put that all over your lid. And also right underneath. For the golden part, I am using my Urban Decay, their palette, I forgot which one. And I am going to use Half Baked. So I'm going to take my MAC 224. We're going to put Half Baked from right in the crease all over the lid. And just blend it into the eye really good. And then you just want to get that color pretty good on the outer corner of your eye. And in the corner, then you're just going to swipe the brush back and forth. In that motion, that way it kind of creates what you have on this side. I am going to use Twice Baked, and that is the brown in the corner right here. And I'm using my Sonia Kesha brush, and this was a part of one of their collections that they had for Breast Cancer Month. But I like it because it's like a really sturdy brush, and it helps you to blend in your eyeshadow a lot more. So we're just gonna swirl that around in Twice Baked, and then just kind of lightly, for your first application, just lightly smoke it out. And this is an awesome brush for smoking out your eyeshadow. And then you'll just work out your way and then you can go a little bit more aggressive with it, that way the color starts to smoke more easily and smoothly. Okay, now I am going to move to Smog, and this is from the Summer Urban Decay. And Smog is another brown that looks like this. And I'm using my same brush just because it's a lot more better when it comes to like smoking out your eyeshadow. Sorry, I just cannot double task here. Talking and like doing makeup sucks. Okay, so as you can see, it's a little bit more lighter than this side. The Smog is gonna help darken it up a little bit. So starting from the outer corner, and then kind of going at the crease of your eye. I have like, I don't really have a crease. Well, it's like a really small crease, but I have to kind of exaggerate a little bit more because of my eye shape and how small my, well, yeah, how small my eyes are. Okay, so you just want to add a little bit more. Just evenly smoke that out. Don't worry about going too high. You would clean that up afterwards. Okay, so I have some makeup remover cleansing towelettes, and this is from Neutrogena, and it's hydrating. So I just keep these for my fingers and also for the brow bone. So I could just go like that. And it's just easier for me instead of trying to be perfect every time. And I'm still learning to do makeup myself. And I'm still just going to go back into the smog and just lightly smoke that out. Okay, and to even darken the effect a little bit more, I am using my beauty book by e.l.f. and this is what the palette looks like. The eyeshadow is really, it gets everywhere when you use it, but I'm going to use the darkest brown right here. It's this brush that I got at Target. And I'm not too sure if it's like from the Sonia Kesha line, but I'm pretty sure it's like underneath there. So they are really good brushes. Okay, so with the darker color, you're just gonna lightly start applying that where you applied the browns. Okay. And then with any like rub off by the brow bone, because you'll be highlighting your brow bone, and the e.l.f. eyeshadow like gets everywhere. I don't have my MAC spray, but you know, you could use that too if you want. Okay, so for my highlight, I'm gonna kind of mix these two so it creates the perfect tone to do a highlight with. Like, I don't like my highlights looking 110% white, so I actually want it to be kind of a little bit peachy and pretty. And I'm gonna go in with my MAC, and this is the 275, and I'm just gonna kind of mix those two together and slightly brush it on your brow bone. It is going to get on your eyebrows, but that is easily fixable. See? Kind of got into my eyebrows, so I am going to use my Expert Wear by Maybelline and just fill that lightness out. My half-baked, which is the golden color, and also my 224 brush by MAC. It's the Wonder Woman brushes. And I'm gonna go on my lid. And also the corner. Stay close to your lid as possible. Okay, so now that I got that done, I need to use kind of more of like a brush like this. So I'm going to use the brush that I use for my highlight, and this is the 275, and I'm going to put it into the half-baked just because I want it to be a little bit more of a firmer application, just so that it will show up. Sonia Kesha brush, or Kasha or whatever, and I'm gonna go back into the Urban Decay Smog and just darken that back up. That is it for the eyeshadow, and I am going to put some liquid eyeliner on. I'm going to use the Maybelline New York Eye Studio, and this is in Blackest Black, and I'm going to just use like a angled brush like that. Put that into the liquid eyeliner. And you are going to line your lid. I like to start on my outer corner and then work my way in to the inner corner of my eye. And then here. And go at the bottom. And I'm going to use my Voluminous A Million Lashes, and this is by who is this by? I just bought this. But the Million Eyelashes, I think it's by I don't remember. And you are just going to go on that top part of your lashes and the bottom, or just okay. Like that. And now use some white eyeliner, and this is from Wet n Wild, and this is white. Is meant to make your eyes look bigger. so you kind of have like a dolly eye effect. So I'm using some eyelashes that I bought from eBay, and these are the ones that come in the bulk cases, and all you have to do is type in bulk eyelashes and you'll probably find them. And they do come with like the tracks on the. Okay, so I'm gonna take the scissors and cut off the ends like that. And when putting on eyelashes, you want to make sure that the shorter part of the eyelash is facing toward your inner corner. That way you won't be applying like the longer part that's supposed to flare out your eyelashes on the inner side. So that would not look right. Okay, so I'm going to use my Duo adhesive, and I bought this at, where did I get this? Like Walgreens maybe. CVS maybe. They sell these everywhere. Or maybe I got it at Sally's. So I'm using my Duo adhesive, and I like to put it on my hand like this and just lightly bring the lash across the glue. Kind of let it set for a few seconds. Okay. So just kind of let that dry, and I'm going to take some liquid eyeliner again, and this is the Maybelline Eye Studios, and just lightly go over your eyelashes with the eyeliner so it blends them in a little bit. Eyelashes, and it's in the gold, and I'm just going to go over the falsies. That way it blends in with your eyelashes, and it also helps stabilize them a lot more. And kind of brush over the top of the lashes and then work your way out. Like that, with just a dark brown, and this is I'm going to use my MAC brush, and this is the 212. So I'm just gonna tap it in there. To do this, and this is the Hard Candy liquid eyeliner, and this is in the gold. And you're just going to want to line the bottom corner, and also kind of go in the corner right here just to add that extra glitter effect and to really make it look pretty and glamorous. Okay. Any of the fallout that you do have underneath, just wipe it up with a makeup remover. And now we are going to use some NYX Luxurious, and this is in nude. I get my powders in a lighter color, that way it can brighten up my face. And that's kind of what it looks like. So you have like a little bit of scarring going on. So I'm using this Maybelline, and this is in white. I know it's kind of crazy, but it's really good concealer. I'm going to take a concealer brush, and this is the 190. And just kind of like blend it in. Like that. And you are going to look really light, but I do look extremely light because I have a lot of lighting on me so that you could see a lot more better when I'm applying the makeup, but it does kind of wash me out. But it helps for you to see like the effect of the colors and eyeshadow. But bronzers are the Wonder Woman by MAC, and I have like some eyeliner on it because I get eyeliner everywhere. And this is in the Golden Leotard, and I'm also going to use the MAC Gold Deposit. So I'm going to start off with the Gold Deposit, and what I like to do when contouring is go at the jawline, and this is going to create a shadow underneath your jaw to help you look a little bit more slimmed and just blend into the neck area so that you have a bronze neck. And I do like to go up by the ear right here so it kind of chisels your jaw. Okay, now for the forehead, I like to stay on the outer corner and just kind of swipe back and forth on the outer part of my forehead. Okay, so once you work that in, I am going to, for my cheek area, I am going to use a smaller brush. Oh, I was using the Sonia Kasha or whatever brushes that you buy at Target for the outer area of my face. Back to the contouring of your face, you are going to use your Gold Deposit by MAC. And also I buy these small little brushes at CVS, and you can buy these in the travel kits that they do have, and they are really small brushes, but they are awesome small brushes, and they are like barely cheap, and they are like so good for contouring your face. I love these CVS brushes. So you're just going to put that into the Gold Deposit, and what we want to do is make like a fish face like that, and you're going to go as the like chisel of your cheek to outline, to make your skin look more your face look more defined and more like you have cheekbones. Okay, so make the face. Okay, so when doing this, I like to work my way into the middle of my face, but I don't like going at a C. I did try it because I heard Dulce Candy talking about her tips that she got from a famous makeup artist, and I was like, oh cool, so that must really work, and it made me look kind of ridiculous, so I don't do that. So I like to stop my contouring to like right here. Okay, so after you do that, which like it looks a lot more, you know, chiseled. And another thing that I love to do is to kind of chisel my chin to make it look a little bit more structural. So I kind of go like this and just create a little shadow right there. So it kind of adds more depth into your face. It's not going to make you look like a skeleton, it just makes you look more defined and pretty. And it like actually shows out your features a little bit more. And now I'm going to use my Wonder Woman Golden Leotard, and I'm just going to lightly go over this bronzer because it is a lot more darker than the Gold Deposit. The Gold Deposit is a nice dark brown and it has a lot of pretty golden tones to it, but I want to have a little bit more definition just in this area. Okay, so that is the contouring of the cheeks, also the forehead and the chin, and also the jawline. And I do like to kind of keep it at like an angle by my ears. I also kind of go into like the ear area a little bit more so that it blends a lot more and that people aren't gonna like see a huge different color change into like this one little small area. And you could see how much more chiseled my jawline is, and also the shadow that created right by the chin. And now I'm going to use some blush, and I'm going to use my NARS, and this is the Super Orgasm. It's really pretty. And I'm just going to use like an e.l.f. blush brush that I got from Target. And you're just going to lightly tap and kind of make like a smile, like the lips and the cheekbones, like that. My eyelash curler. And you are going to curl your eyelashes. I love curling my eyelashes for like about 20 seconds. And what curling does with the falsies is to bind them together so that your eyelashes will stay on a lot more longer. And the mascara also helps with that. So now you have some beautifully curled eyelashes. And for my lips, to tie this whole look together, I am using the Flesh Pot by MAC, and I'm not too sure if this is out yet, but this is what it looks like. And it's a really peachy nude that is really pretty. And I'm also going to use my Revlon Pink Ice, which just goes perfect with the Flesh Pot. So this is the whole look. As you can see, with like the contouring and the eyeshadow and everything just kind of goes hand in hand like one huge happy family, and it will definitely make you look gorgeous. And okay, so this is from like a non-exaggerated light, so you could see a lot more of like me not so washed out, I guess. So I hope that you enjoyed the tutorial. I really do want to do more makeup tutorials just because I want my channel to be like beauty, fashion, makeup, jewelry hauls. I want it to be like a really interesting channel, I guess, and I just don't want to do hauls all the time or talk about my jewelry all the time. But you know, hauls, I love hauls and everything, and I don't want to like blabber on about all this stuff. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed not a haul, tutorial, and that you tried out. So comment, rate, subscribe, and like me on Facebook, and I will talk to you later. Later, dolls.